All right, everybody. Well, it's a little bit rainy today in New York. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, welcome everybody. We're standing on the corner of 95th Street and Broadway. Now, I was gonna get on the train, the 1, 2, or the 3 train downtown to 59th Street, Columbus Circle, but there's no trains. There's massive delays. So we're gonna walk to work. So I'm like, might as well, if I'm gonna walk, 2 miles to work, might as well stream it. Might as well have some fun. It is a Friday. So yeah. All right, let's get started. Wow, well, this was unexpected, right? I think this is the rainiest September we've ever had in New York City history, which is kind of wild. Hey, the Wizard is here. Says, Tom, did you get arrested for having the best deals? I did. Yeah, I did. The NYPD is sort of staking us out, but apparently nobody likes to see apartments in the rain, which I get. So pretty much everything is canceled for me today. I was gonna go into the office, get some work done, maybe work on the newsletter. So I went to a coffee shop, and then I went to the subway, but it's all delays, like major delays. Even though you'll see here it says like 2 minutes for the train to come, I was waiting like 20 minutes. So we'll see. So we'll be walking to 59th Street and Madison. But hope you guys are good. I see Juan Fernandez. Good to see you. Sally's here. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is the beautiful Upper West Side of Manhattan. I really like this neighborhood. There's a lot of nice shops, bodegas. It's more quiet. Lots of good tree-lined streets. Hey, NMB 045. Good to see you from Canada. In the month of October, we're going to be starting up the newsletter again. When I get to the office, I'll post the schedule for the channel. But yeah, we'll take a little bit of a walk to Midtown Manhattan and check out all of the beautiful architecture here on the Upper West Side. You can see these beautiful tree-lined streets all throughout. We're walking down Broadway, but as you sort of go down the side streets, you'll see a lot of beautiful brownstones and really nice canopies all lining the blocks here. Hey, Hawaii, what's up? Good to see you. I see TD. Options trading, Paul Greenwell. Good to see everybody. Well, it is Friday, so happy Friday to everybody. No, Juan Fernandez, I do not need any help with it, but appreciate the offer. Now today I actually booked a ton of appointments. I was supposed to have 5 showings, but everybody canceled because the trains are horrible. And it may not seem too bad on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, but the flooding is crazy in the city, particularly Lower Manhattan. Now, if you think back to Hurricane Sandy, that's where the majority of the flooding was, right? Lower Manhattan, also in neighborhoods of Brooklyn, particularly the outer boroughs that are closest to the water, experienced a lot of flooding. Also, Nassau and Suffolk County, South Shore, Long Beach and the like. Hey, Lena Sandoval is here. What's up? Good to see you. I know, Maurice says autumn definitely came with a vengeance. It did. It's crazy because 2 weeks ago it was 90 degrees, really sunny. I think it's been raining for what? Almost 10 straight days. Now, Wednesday was okay. Right, Wednesday wasn't too bad, but You know, these storms have been coming in waves. Hey, Dan Zhang says I was gonna go to a rooftop bar tonight. Oh, really? Yeah, definitely, definitely getting canceled on that one. But good to see you, Dan. Yeah, we were supposed to have a couple rooftop events this weekend at one of our listings at the Conover, 199 Conover Street, but Red Hook, Brooklyn is not the best place to do outdoor activities in the rain. Let's just say that. Hey, Sharon says, hey Tom, glad I'm catching your stream live. Will you be streaming in the daytime more? No, we're not going to do any streaming in the daytime. The only reason why we're sort of streaming now is because the trains are down and I have to go to the office, and I was waiting on the platform for like 20 minutes for the train, and there's major delays. So I'm like, you know what, I'll just walk to the office. It's not too far away, and you know, to sort of multitask here, might as well turn on the stream. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Thank you so much, Mr. Kim, for the donation. 1,100 Korean won. Thank you very much for your generosity. And also happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. I trust you're having a good Thanksgiving with your family and your friends. So happy Thanksgiving. I think we'll stay on Broadway and go all the way down because this has most of the scaffolding. Now there is a little bit of a lull in the rain, so it's not super rainy right now. Andrew leads to stay dry, appreciate it. I know somebody says the airports have been having a lot of issues. I think LaGuardia is all flooded out. So LaGuardia Airport's totally flooded out, so. Oh, someone says I just came from an intern fair. Wish me luck. Hey, that's fantastic. You know, those are always really good to go to. I think you'll do really well. Another thing I suggest, I don't know what sort of industry you're trying to go after, but, and I'm assuming you're young if you're looking for an internship, I would really start cold emailing higher ups at companies. They're more likely to respond to a young person like yourself if you send them a cold email and just introduce yourself and show interest. It's very rare for people to do that, especially younger people. So if you just send out, you know, I would make a goal, like make a target, right? Say Monday through Friday, I'm gonna send out 15 personalized cold emails with a pitch every day. If you do that for a year, I mean, that's a lot of emails. You know, law of probabilities, you're probably gonna get about, you know, a 10% response rate, which is pretty high. You'll get some good opportunities. So, hey, Dave from Maine is here. Says the flooding there has affected our airports here in Maine. Yeah, I'm sure it has, right? A lot of rerouting probably, right? You know, planes that were supposed to land at LaGuardia or JFK, maybe getting rerouted to the north. I remember one time I was supposed to land at JFK, and I forget what was the issue. It may have been a maintenance problem on the plane, but we had to land in Buffalo, New York. Oh, you know what it was? It was the craziest thing. So our plane ran out of fuel in the air, and the pilot comes over the speaker and says, hey everybody, due to low fuel, we have to land in Buffalo, New York. But I was like, that doesn't make any sense because we're coming from Miami, Florida, and Buffalo is like 500 miles away to the north of JFK. So I don't know. Maybe just the weather wasn't good at the time and we were low on fuel, so it was better just to land at a nearby airport. I don't know what happened, but hey, Mr. Metalhead. This is good afternoon, Tom. How are you doing this monsoon day here in New York? I'm doing all right. A little bit sick of the rain, I'm not gonna lie. A tad bit sick of the rain. I'm getting a little bit of rain fatigue. It's just been so much rain. It's almost like every day it's been something, right? Either a little bit of a drizzle, you know, dark gray, cloudy skies. So hopefully this will move out this weekend. You never know. Hey, Sharon says, I'm looking into investment banking or wealth management. Thanks for the advice. I'll definitely do more cold emails. Okay, if you're going to do investment banking or wealth management, that is a relationship business. No matter what anybody tells you, it's all about relationship. So I would create a LinkedIn account and I would start messaging some managing directors and VPs, right? Because that's what they look for. They look for somebody young, hungry, ready to put in ridiculous hours and ready to learn. And if you do that, I think you'll do really well. I think you'll do phenomenal. I think you're gonna have a really good career. I think you're gonna make a fortune. Hey, A Simple Life, says Thomas, if I wanted to email you about something New York City related, would I use the email address at the end of each video? You could, if it's business related, you could email my Douglas Elliman email. If it's just something, that anything else, you could just send me a direct message on Twitter or email me at walkswallstreet@gmail.com. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to email me anytime. I'm pretty responsive. I'm getting better at that. I do get a lot of emails, but I answer every email. Every single email I'll answer. This is 86th Street. You can get the downtown 1 train, and you can see how packed the bus is. These people are literally trying to squeeze in on the bus right here, and that's probably because the train is down. Now, I told you I was waiting for like 20 minutes on the downtown 1 train at 96th Street. It never came, and it looks like people are crowding in here on the buses, so they're literally like sardines. I'd rather just walk. I would never take that bus. Look at how crazy packed that is. It's like a cartoon. Wow, yeah, that's like a cartoon. I don't know how those people are gonna fit. You could see the bus has so much weight on it. It's actually coming down to the tires. The suspension is going a little crazy. Yeah, so if you're traveling in the city today, I would either not travel at all or just, walk. Because it is way too packed. And you can see all of these people waiting for the bus. All right, let's continue on our way down. Now, the other thing I'll say about the investment banking business, it also depends on what part of the investment bank you want to work in, right? Do you want to work on a mergers and acquisitions team? Do you want to be in S&T or sales and trading? This really depends on what you want to do. But generally speaking, what investment banks look for is, unfortunately, did you go to a target school, like a top 50 school? What were your grades, right? Top of the class. But number 3, a lot of extracurricular activities, and, they're looking if you're a self-starter, right? Have you done any analysis on particular companies yourself? If you're going to look to go into sales and trading or something like that. Maybe if you're managing your own portfolio in college, even if you don't make any money, you could just sort of do a post-analysis and sort of understand why you made those trades, right? Why did you purchase these securities to begin with? And what was your thesis, right? And if you could show, essentially what they're looking for, particularly in the hedge fund business, is do you have a systematic process for finding investment opportunities and ideas? Because anybody could just randomly throw darts at a board. But if you're managing billions of dollars, that's a very high AUM, assets under management. What they look for is, does this person, or are they able to follow a systematic process that you can replicate that strategy at a very high AUM, right? So what about this company, leads you to believe they're going to grow their earnings over the next, 5 to 10 years, right? And if you can sort of show your work and have it be a systematic process and show scalability at higher AUM, I think you're going to do really well. Yeah, I heard that too. So supposedly we have a state of emergency in New York, right? Governor Kathy Hochul announced that. Now, it doesn't really look too bad, right? It doesn't look too bad out. But, the subways and the critical infrastructure of New York is really overwhelmed. Now, it's funny because when we were walking around a couple days ago, it looked a lot worse than it actually was. And now it doesn't look bad at all, but it's actually really bad. It's kind of funny how that works. Just because there's so much water that fell. I mean, I think there was about 5 inches of rain that fell in Central Park. It's kind of crazy. Last thing I'll say for Sharon, there's a really good website called Wall Street Prep. I'm not sure if you ever heard of it, but that's a really good resource, Wall Street Prep. I think it's like a few $100s, but I would do it. Hey, Mr. Metalhead, this is Tom. Me and the fiance live about 40 minutes from the city. We are planning on moving into the city. Can we email you and talk about some things? We do currently own a house. My fiance will email you. Yeah, I mean, anything I could do to help you out or even just advise, feel free. So yeah, send me an email. I think it's thomas.malloy@element.com. And I'd be more than happy to help you out. Absolutely. 1000%. Sharon says WSO and a site called Mergers and Inquisitions as well. Interesting. I've never heard of it. Cool. I'll check it out. Let me take a screenshot of that. Hey, Noah. What's up? This is, hey, Tom. Hope you're staying safe in this weather. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. It's just, I just think the infrastructure is kind of breaking down as we speak here. Trains delayed, things like that. Hey, Dan Zhang, my friend from Queens. This is Tom. Will there be a live stream tonight? I think so, but then again, I don't know. I got to do a lot of stuff. It depends on how much work I get done, and I don't really want to be walking around in the rain twice. But we'll see. We'll see. It looks like everything's over. It looks like everything's stopped, so we'll see. Hey, GB or DGB. This is wow, walks to Wall Street in the daytime. Yeah, it's very rare to see me walking around in the day, for sure. Just that the trains are delayed. So I thought I'd take you guys down to the office. But you guys actually saw the office in person last night. I went back and watched the video. Even though I should say, now the wind is picking up like crazy. We don't have any internet, like we have no LTE in our office, but I think it came out okay. Oh, that's so cool. Lisa says my son is loving the investment class he's in right now, investing about $2 million of the university's money. That's a really great way to learn. And so that's awesome. It's fantastic. And a lot of fun too. I'm sure he's going to be very successful. Because when you're managing real money, particularly putting your own money at risk, it's completely different than doing it in like a simulated fake account, right? Because the majority of the investment business, particularly if you're going to be a trader or an investor, it's the emotional aspect, right? So if you're quite young and you've done a good job of working and you've saved up, let's say $250,000 to $500,000, and now you're putting your own money at risk, that's that's definitely going to put you through a test for sure. I think that's a great experience. That's really cool. Oh, is that true, Ukrainian Royals? Is it sunny in central New York? I may actually be up in central New York for a very, very short time. Maybe. In December. Up near Skinny Atlas, which is one of the Finger Lakes. We have a client who owns a lot of property in Manhattan, and he owns a house right on the lake in Skinny Atlas that we may list. So I may go up there and see it. All right, let's cross here. Looks like they're ripping up the street here at 79th Street. The good news is it looks like it's going to be repaved. Yeah, Ukrainian Royals, I live close to that area. It's pretty expensive. It's a nice little quaint town. It's one of the cleanest lakes in the entire world too. Hey, FredX, good to see you. FredX is joining us from Alaska. Thanks for keeping us company today. Gerardo, what's up? Oh, somebody says you just passed me. Yeah, I am in a teal hoodie. That's so funny. Hopefully you're getting something good at the grocery store there. And hopefully you have an umbrella and you're staying dry. New Cottage Restaurant, grand opening. Hey, we got Cosmo. It's Cosmo. So right as you get off the 1 train here at 79th Street, there's a really good coffee shop right to the right. It's called Irving Farm Coffee. Very good. 10 out of 10. Kevin Lanes, what's up? Oh, BMS Groups is your trench coat on the bike. Wow, I give you a lot of credit for biking in this weather. Stay safe. You never know with these drivers swerving all over the road. Roads are slippery, so please stay safe and bike safe. Now this used to be in Marshall's, which was convenient. I used to go here a lot, but unfortunately it's closed. Hey, Ace Options Trading says I will have to check that out. Yeah, there's really a couple really good spots on the Upper West Side. And as we head down towards Columbus Circle, you're going to see some really nice architecture here, particularly to the right. Check this out, 77th Street. Look at how beautiful that is. 77th and Broadway. FredX says, what's our destination? 575 Madison Avenue. I got to go back to the office. You know, now that it's not raining, well, it is raining, but just very lightly. It's actually kind of nice on the Upper West Side in the rain. Yeah, Ace Options Trading. Columbus Circle has a lot of good building. Also a lot of good new dev. A lot of good new development going up in and around Columbus Circle. Now, back in my college days, which was like 1,000 years ago, right across the street from the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, It used to be a very old building with a Starbucks in the lobby. Now a developer has recently purchased that, tore it down, and built luxury condominiums. Now the market is very soft right now, so they decided instead of putting them on the market for sale, they're gonna rent them out. So it's a rental building, which is a little bit, unfortunate. Obviously for salespeople, it's more lucrative generally to sell, but I think that's good advice to give to some developers. I don't think you're gonna get top dollar in this market. Here's another beautiful, really nice building in front of us. Look at the architecture there. Triple G says Tom's gonna bang a left soon. Cracks me up when he says that. We are gonna be banging multiple lefts on this live stream. It's like some water is pooling up here. I mean, the good news is the street is totally ripped up on Broadway, which means we're gonna get brand new pavement, which is gonna look really nice. That's one thing the city's been doing a really good job of so far, is totally redoing a lot of the streets, which is great. Particularly down near Lower Manhattan. Okay, the Beacon Theater is coming up. J49 says thoughts on the government shutdown. I don't think it's gonna shut down. Hey, wow, watching your streams the last 6 months and I finally caught you live. Well, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Yeah, we're doing a daytime stream. Very seldom do we do these, but this is the famous Beacon Theater here. Bell says talking guy who not own any car. It's correct. I do not own a car. Hey, CA2SD. So I'm watching this right now during work at lunch. What are you having for lunch? Anything fun? Anything exciting on this Friday? Juan says, do you own a car in Miami? I don't. I bought 2 Vespas, so I just ride around on a Vespa. Yeah, I would never own a car here. I live in the city, so I mean that would just be an added expense. Just doesn't really make any sense. I walk, I take the subway, take the train. You know, if I'm really in a rush, which is not usual. Like if I'm gonna miss an appointment, I'll just jump in a cab, but that's almost never. But in Miami, I just use the Vespa, which gets me to where I need to go. Hey, Matt's just walking is quicker. It really is, most of the time. This is the 72nd Street subway station. Maybe the trains are back up. I do hear some rumblings beneath us. Ace options trading, yeah. But for me, you know, I live about 20 minutes on the Vespa from downtown Miami and Brickell, so everywhere I need to go is very close. So I just cruise around town. It's awesome. I love it. I live very close to Sunny Isles Beach. So right as you come over the Intercoastal from Sunny Isles, I'm pretty much right there. So this is 72nd Street. You know what? Since we're at 72nd, can anybody give me a quick time check in the chat? I just want to make sure I'm going to be able to get back to work in time. We'll check out the Dakota. I really like the Dakota. It's a beautiful building. Very seldom do we check it out in the day. I think this will allow the viewer to see the architecture during the day. So 313, okay, not bad. All right, we should be all right. That guy was holding a bunch of dry cleaning. It reminded me I need to drop off my clothes at the cleaners tonight. All right, let me try to maneuver my way through here. And I'll try to catch up on some of the comments. It's just hard for me to read the comments with the umbrella. Hey, NMB 045s, hopefully you won't get drenched in sweat to the office walking this much. I usually don't sweat at all. I don't know why. I almost never sweat. Even when I played sports. I don't know why that is, but almost never. Oops. Okay, this is Columbus Avenue and 72nd Street. Now, we usually start to buffer here, so just be forewarned. The stream may go a little bit wonky. Hey, Austin City Limits, what's up? Sunshine after rain. Now, usually standing right here, you could see all the way to New York City's Billionaires Row. Unfortunately, you can't right now because it's so cloudy and so rainy, but all right, so Columbus Avenue, one more block over. This is going to be Central Park West. Central Park West is really nice. Hey, Jules. Says, hey Tom, is this live? Yeah, this is a live during the day because the trains are down. So I thought I'd walk to work. Might as well multitask, kill two birds with one stone. Wow, family glows, a state of emergency declared for the city of New York, shelter in place. I think that's a little bit too crazy. I don't know if I would want a shelter in place. It's just that the critical infrastructure is so old and dilapidated that it's being overwhelmed right now. Not to downplay it, but I mean, the flooding is pretty massive in some parts of the city. Not necessarily the Upper West Side. The Upper West Side has a higher elevation. So places like Midtown Manhattan, particularly Lower Manhattan, massive flooding there. Also, parts of Brooklyn. Brooklyn always floods really bad. South Shore, Long Island as well. So I'm overhearing the conversation of those people. They're like, the 1, 2, and 3 trains have been down. Like, so the thing will show that it's 2 minutes away, but you'll be standing on the platform for 20 minutes. That's what I was doing. And then the MTA employees are sitting in the little box. And then when you go up and ask them, they're like, oh yeah, the trains are all down. They're like, well, why don't you announce that over the speaker and let everybody know? Because there's about 100 people on the platform. And then they just sort of look at you all disgruntled. All right, this is the Dakota. Beautiful, beautiful building in here. I think the Dakota looks really great. I would love to have a place in there.
We have dinner reservations at Brooklyn tomorrow night. I don't know if that's gonna happen. That's what I said. I was like, fair enough. It's like
Yeah, that's true. Strawberry Fields is near. I really like this part of Manhattan. I really like it. You're right next to Central Park. You have some of the best architecture in the city. And it's not like a super popular neighborhood where everybody wants to move. And I kind of like that about the Upper West Side. So if you want privacy, if you want to be a little bit secluded, I think the Upper West Side is a great place for you. Hey, Spooky Ducks, this is great background noise while listening at work. Thank you, Tom. Hope you're well. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you're enjoying it. It's a nice corgi dog. And hopefully your day at work is going well and you'll have a good weekend. It is Friday, right? So look on the brighter side of things amongst all of this nasty weather we're having. Look at that, really nice. Beautiful Dakota. Hey Mara, hey Tom, what time is it over there right now? I think it's about 3:30 maybe? Since we're at Strawberry Fields, let's take a little bit of a look at Strawberry Fields. If you guys are enjoying the daytime live stream here at Walks on Wall Street, feel free to click the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new and turn on those post notifications. Wow, look at how beautiful this looks. Central Park in the rain is really stunning. This would make for a really nice still shot. I wish I had another phone on me. I know, Cynthia Avis is so pretty in the green from the rains. So that would make a really nice still shot, and so would this. Like if somebody has a really nice camera, because you have that sort of S-shaped curvature in the road, and when it rains, it kind of gives the appearance of like mystery in the photo. So if this would be a really good spot, particularly in this weather, with those people all the way in the back, because the photo gives off an appearance of mystery, like you have the audience wondering what's to the left. And then we have this guy here. All right, welcome to Strawberry Fields, everybody. Hey, Nikki Kennedy's here. Says, are there a lot of hotels across from Central Park? I'm coming to New York for Christmas. Yeah, there's a lot of options. Now, I will say this, Nikki, I will say this. It's probably gonna be a little pricey to be right on the park, but I don't know what your budget is. If you wanna stay very, very close to the park on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, I would recommend Lucerne. It's a really nice hotel. And if you have a big budget, the Park Hyatt is also a really good option too. So the Park Hyatt New York is a stunning 5-star hotel that sits right in 157, which is the building on Billionaires Row. Mr. Metalheads is still not used to watching you during the day, been watching for roughly a year. Well, thank you for your viewership. I do really appreciate the support for the stream. Hey, Paul K, thank you so much for your $3 donation. I appreciate it. It says, hey Tom, thank you for the content. Thank you for being here. And thank you for supporting us here at Walks from Wall Street. Jules is like, the sound is very clear and smooth. That's actually surprising because I still didn't buy a microphone. Unfortunately, we should have a microphone soon. Now this would be a really good still shot for photography. Let me see if I actually have my other phone in my bag. Look at that. How cool of a shot would that be? Because you have this one tree, which is really unique, that has all its leaves that are already fallen off. So you have a direct shot of the Dakota through the trees, but all of the greenery is around it. Maybe if we tilt the camera a little bit further down, you can get the umbrellas in there. That's a classic New York shot right there. I know, touring different places as I'm tired of the rain. I'm getting pretty exhausted of it too. Now, I read something on Twitter. I don't know if this is true or not, so disclaimer. I think this has been the rainiest September in 90 years in New York City. Is that true? Make sure we do a fact check on that, but the rainiest September in 90 years. And I believe it. It seems like, I mean, literally every day this week has been nonstop pounding rain, which has been overwhelming the infrastructure here in the city. Hey, Jay Nash's Dakota looks like a castle. Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable architecture. Now, if you look closely, you could see this on some of the 4K videos I have up here, but on a lot of the panels, right, there's still those original wooden shutters on the Dakota, which is really beautiful. Well, actually, I don't know. I gotta head back to work, but hey, Goldie, thank you so much for your $5 donation. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But that's the good thing about New York, right? You have architectural diversity like no other city on earth. You could have Billionaires Row style buildings that are 1,000 feet tall and above. And then you could have these beautiful Art Deco style buildings, Neo-Gothic style buildings and the like. It's really nice. Hey, Brian, it's Tom. Are you going to stream again tonight? Maybe. It depends on how bad it is. We just had a chatter say that the rain is supposed to pick up again really, really bad at 4 o'clock. So I don't know when the rain is supposed to stop. This is a beautiful dog coming up against us, or coming up, walking past us. This is going to be a really nice shot too. This is Central Park West. So we're bordering Central Park right here. Oh, you know what we'll do? I'll take you on a quick detour so you can see some of the beautiful brownstones on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. We tried to do this stream at night, if anybody remembers, like 2 weeks ago, but it really didn't work out because the internet was no good.